What's up everybody, this is Yair and today we are going to draw future trunks. Okay, so today we are going to draw future trunks from Dragon Ball Z, specifically from the movie BoJack Unbound. As you can see, I already drew a perfect square. Each side is 5 centimeters, but you can draw it in any size you want to. Just make sure to use a suitable paper size. Okay, so let's get started. This is gonna be a 3/4 pose. We are going to start by drawing the shape of the face. Then I'm gonna cross the face in the middle. And now that we got the overall shape, we can add the details. So we are going to start by drawing those wrinkles between the eyes. Then we are going to draw the eyebrow, and as you can see it gets much thicker towards the edge. We are going to add some lines right there, and then to create the eye we'll simply use 3 lines, 2 diagonals and a curve. Next we'll place the pupil slightly to the left. We'll add his bump above the eye and the cheek marks. Awesome, and we are going to do the same process for the left side, but this side will appear smaller because it's further away, because of the perspective. Now we can draw the nose, and we'll use the same guideline we used until now, and we'll do that by drawing 5 lines. Just like that. Now we are going to draw the mouth, and we'll do that by drawing 3 lines. And as you can see, the gap between the nose to the mouth is very small. Now just indicate the bottom lip. And we can continue by drawing the ear. So as you can see, I'm starting by drawing the shape of the ear, and only then I'm adding the details. Awesome, now we'll draw his hairline. Draw his massive neck simply by drawing 2 curves. And now we can draw his glorious hair. So we'll start by drawing 1 spike on each side, and then I'm gonna use this guideline to help us keep the right proportions for the rest of the hair. Now we'll draw his 3 spikes covering the face a bit. We'll start with a thinner one. Draw 2 more. Awesome, and now we'll add the rest of the spikes. As you can see, I'm using the guideline to keep the right proportions, the right symmetry. And once we have all the spikes, we can add some details. So we'll do that simply by drawing lines from side to side in the direction of the hair.
Awesome, so we are done with the face and we can move on to the torso, but right before we'll draw his neck muscles and the trachea. Next we'll draw his trap muscles simply by drawing two curves. And now I want to capture the overall shape of the torso. First I'm gonna mark the center of the torso, then the borders. And now I can add all the muscles. So we'll start with the chest muscles. As you can see, I'm drawing the color of his vest. Next, I'm gonna draw two circles to indicate the shoulders. And now we can add some details. As you can see, I'm drawing the bicep, then the shoulder, and the tricep. Adding some creases for the vest. And then we'll do the same for the left arm. So starting with the shoulder, then the tricep, and now the chest and the bicep. As you can see, they are connected. Now I can refine it by adding more details. And make sure to draw the back. And make sure to draw the back. And we'll add some more creases for the vest. I forgot to draw one line for the neck muscles. And I'm gonna do some more adjustments. Awesome! So we are done with the sketching process. And now we can move on to the inking process. So for that I'm gonna use my 0.2 black pen. You can also use 0.1. And what I'm gonna do is rotate the page and just go all over the lines. I'm gonna hold the pen firmly close to the tip. And as you can see, I'm going all over the lines by pulling or pushing lines. Awesome, so now that we are done with the inking process, we can take the notorious charcoal eraser and clean the page. Make sure to clean it very well because you don't want to smear the lead later on when we use the copic markers. Awesome, once it's clean, we can start to use the copic markers. However, if you don't have markers, you can use colored pencils, or just use your HB or B pencils and do some shading. You don't need expensive stuff to work on your skills, so I don't want any excuses. Now, if you'll check your top left of the screen, you can see the exact number of copic I'll be using. I'm gonna start by coloring the vest. We'll start with the brightest color, and as you can see, I'm coloring in the direction of the shape with fast brush strokes. Next, we'll use a darker tone, that's a darker gray, C7, and we're going to add some shade. And again, as you can see, I'm coloring in the direction of the shape, pulling and pushing lines. The next step will be using an even darker tone that's gonna be a black color, and this is gonna be our most shaded area. The next step will be blending. So what I'm gonna do is use the mid-tone to blend the darkest tone with the mid-tone, which means I'm gonna use the dark gray to blend the black color. And then I'm gonna use the brightest color, C5, to blend the mid-tone, C7. Awesome, and this is the result we want to get, and that's basically the same process we'll do for the rest of the areas. So now we're going to color the skin tones. Again, I'm starting with the brightest tone, and as you can see, I'm leaving some blank areas. Those will be our highlighted areas. Next, I'm going to use the mid-tone. And this time I want to do some blending before using the darkest tone. Now we can use the darkest tone and again do some more blending using the mid-tone to blend the darkest tone. Awesome, and we are going to do the same process for the chest, for the neck, and for his other arm. Sweet, so once we are done with the torso, we can move on to the head. So again, we're going to use the same skin tones. I'm gonna cover his entire face with the brightest tone, trying to get a solid look. Then we use the mid-tone to add some shade. As you can see, the main light source will come from the left side, which means of course that the right side will now we are going to blend it, but very gently, we don't want to overblend. And lastly, we'll use the darkest tone with a very minimum use. As you can see, I'm just using it right below the wrinkles between the eyes, right next to the eyes and on the ears. Awesome, and now we can focus on the eyes. So we'll start by coloring the eyebrows. We'll do that by using the mid-tone. Then we'll color his eyes with some blue-green tones. And make sure to leave a tiny blank area at the edge. Again, this will be our highlighted area. Now I'm gonna use a slightly darker tone to give it some shade on the edges. And then we'll use the colorless blender and we'll soak some of the ink from the highlighted area, creating a nice effect. Awesome, so now we can focus on the hair. So I'm gonna use 4 colors for that, but you can either use 3, and I'll explain why as we continue. As you can see, I'm starting with a very bright yellow, coloring in the direction of the shape, of course. Then I'm adding the mid-tone. And then the darkest tone with a minimum use. Okay, this is what we want to get, and I'm gonna do the same process for the entire hair. And the ink of my marker ran out, so as you can see I don't get as much contrast that I want to, so I'm gonna use another color. That's why I said 4 colors, and I'm just gonna go all over the colors of the mid-tone just to get more contrast. Okay, so if you don't have this problem, you can either use Y08, you can use Y15, you can even use Y17, and I'm just gonna continue just like I did before. Awesome, so now that I got a second layer with a darker tone, we can use the darkest tone again with a minimum use. That way we can get a much detailed look. And we are done.
everybody. This is how you draw future Trunks from the movie BoJack Unbound. That's a great movie, by the way. I hope you guys and girls enjoyed this tutorial. Please let me know how you did in the comment section. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. I upload new tutorials every weekend. That's it for today. Thanks a lot for watching. Keep being awesome as always, and I'll see you on the next video next week. Peace.